and your wife and your team. Just walk us through what was going through your mind in those very special moments.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's an incredible achievement again, and I was just hoping he's going to put his last forehand in the net, which happened, and I felt a huge relief because it was a very demanding, physically grueling match, particularly in the second set. I did my best in the last 48 hours not to think about what-if scenarios. 2 years ago, I feel like, I probably let the emotions control me on the court. It was a lot on the line, possible golden slam, and I lost to the same opponent in straight sets 2 years ago. So I learned my lesson, and I felt that when I was struggling the most, actually physically and being under huge tension and stress, particularly in the second set, every time I would look at my daughter, she was sitting courtside, facing me, facing the bench where I was seated. She would give me a smile and a fist bump, and that would, of course, melt my heart and give me this kind of energy and strength, and also playfulness that I needed in that moment. So, of course, once I shook the hands of my opponent today, the only thing I wanted to do right after that is hug her and then hug my wife and my son and my parents, all the team. Because yes, it's an individual sport. Of course, it comes down to how you're going to perform on the given day, but it is a team effort behind the stage because they put in a lot of energy, into my life, into my career, and sacrifice and support. So I value that very, very much.
The mental fortitude that you've become known for was on display in that second set, and an ode to Kobe Bryant was appropriate in that moment. And you mentioned the need for reinvention, which is something that he talked about while he was alive, and the need to be better and strive for more. How much is that on your mind now as you look to where you're headed from here?
Kobe was a friend, and we had a great relationship, and he was one of the people that helped me the most when I was struggling with an injury, and after surgery it took me quite some time to get back on track and on desired level, mentally and game-wise, and he was one of the people that I talked with the most in those moments, and he was so kind and so generous, so helpful. Many different conversations we had about the mentality, about the approach, about visualization, about things that we can do with ourselves internally, and then obviously externally, whatever happens is in God's hands. And when he passed away with his daughter 3 years ago, my heart broke, and I was extremely sad, as most of the world of sport, because his legacy will live forever. He has been, one of the most incredible basketball players, but more than that, he is an incredible human being. So down to earth, so supportive, so charismatic, fantastic personality, Mamba mentality. And 24 is the famous jersey that he wore. He made himself a legend of basketball, and because of the relationship and kind of symbolics of 24 Grand Slams, I thought, if I get a chance to win the slam a week ago, I thought of designing a shirt with our photo and Mamba mentality and a 24 at the back. So that was kind of painful.